Yes, I'm ready. I'd like to call the Bluff City Board of Mayor and Alderman regular meeting to order Tuesday, October the 2nd, 2018 at 6 p.m. Roll call, please, Sharon.
Alderwoman Madison.
Here.
Vice Mayor Harrington.
Here.
Alderman Smith.
Here.
Alderman Bowden.
Here.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is a prayer by Vice Mayor Ray Harrington, immediately following pledge allegiance to the flag.
Let us pray. Lord, we come to you now for this meeting for the town of Bluff City. We ask that all the decisions made in this meeting be for the best of the town of Bluff City and its residents. Be with us now as we try to make this decision to fill Jack Stratton's seat tonight. We ask that everything go in your will. In your Son's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Discussion and action on David Wilson, engineer with Mattern and Craig.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the board, Mayor and Alderman. I wanted to update you on a couple of things that we have going on. The main one being our Contract 2 work for the water and sewer replacements. That continues on inside the town, and during this past period since we last met, both water and sewer revisions have continued on. We have billed to date approximately $572,000 of the $1.914 million contract, and I anticipate another pay estimate this week for a progress meeting still scheduled for next Tuesday.
Yes.
And encourage anyone to give me a call if you have any questions about the work that's been ongoing. I understand they have found quite a few things, and they're getting some good clear water connections out of the sanitary system, which I hope will continue and help. We will be submitting. We have completed our work for the PER for Contract 3, and if we're able to have our meeting next Tuesday, that will be submitted, and hopefully we'll have a chance to go over that with Lewis Trivet and the folks from Rural Development. And we've not heard from them yet whether or not they're shut down. I take it that they're not, though.
Yes, they're not.
So I anticipate we'll be doing that, and hopefully we'll have, by the next board meeting, we'll have some resolution on that. So would you all happen to have any questions on anything?
Do they seem to be on schedule?
Seem to be, yes. I think we started a little slow, but the way it's picked up, I think that we'll easily meet that May deadline.
How many feet they've got down so far?
As of the last pay request, we had a little over 3,000 feet, and I think they probably got another third again as much. So we'll have hopefully if we can do that, each period will be easily on schedule. I know, Mayor, is there any of the other issues? We had a couple of work items, the application.
Do you have anything on the hose?
I'm sorry?
Do you have anything on the hose?
On the hose.
Do you have anything on the hose? Have you found out anything? The Cinco.
Yeah, actually we do have, thank you for bringing that up. We do have a proposal from the geotechnical engineer in hand. We got it actually a little over 2 weeks ago now, John. $2,500 that they would do an investigation, and if we actually use your backhoe and equipment, they'll knock some pricing off that. So I would like to forward that on to you and recommend that we go ahead and have them do that study.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
We couldn't get a track drill down there to see how far it's going down?
I don't think so. I think they're going to have a hard time. The access is the big issue there. Yeah. But they will be, and we'll go over that again. I will forward that the agreement that they had sent to you, and we'll go over it again before we actually enter into it.
Okay.
It's very straightforward, though, with the report
Okay.
for their recommendations.
Okay. Thank you. Do y'all have any questions I'd like to ask Mr. Wilson?
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Oh, you gonna get under budget?
We're on budget right now. Sure are. Look,
That's a good question.
I hope that it'll continue. Thank you all.
Okay, next thing on the agenda, citizen comments. The first session, 3 minutes. Give your name, address, and phone number and come to the podium.
Carolyn Payne, 4818 Bluff City Highway. I would like to recommend that the board members nominate and vote to support Dave Harmon to fill the vacant position of Jack Stratton. He has been an alderman in the past, so he will come in with full experience. We definitely know he cares because he attends these meetings, not only on regular meetings, but the special call meetings. Thank you all kindly very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, do we have any other comments from the citizens? If not, we'll move down to discussion and action on the regular meeting minutes of September the 4th, 2018. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the regular minutes of September 4th.
I second.
Take a vote, please, Sharon.
Alderwoman Madison,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Bowen.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing is a special call meeting of September the 18th, 2018. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special called minutes.
I second.
Take a vote, please, Sharon.
Alderwoman Madison,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Bowen.
Yes.
Okay, and the next thing on the agenda is discussion and action, a motion to accept Alderman Jack Stratton's resignation.
I make a motion to accept his resignation due to sickness.
I'll second.
Take a vote, please, Sharon.
Alderwoman Madison,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Bowen.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Fry.
Let me talk a moment about filling this vacancy, the next item on the agenda. Those who would be interested in being considered can come to the podium and state your interest. You would have 3 minutes to do that. And to be voted on, you would have to be nominated and seconded by a member of the board.
Okay.
And the first nomination to get 3 votes wins, and we don't go on to anyone else
Okay. Thank
if
you.
the vote's successful.
You can come to the front.
I'll go first. I'm Eric Ward. I live at 4530 Bluff City Highway, and I've been a resident here for 4 to 5 years. I remodeled Ruth and Orville Poor's old home. I've been on the planning commission, the city planning and zoning, for about 2 years now. And I'm a graduate from ETSU, have my own construction company, and just like to see this town grow and help the people. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Everybody up there knows me. My name is David Harmon. I live at 200 Hoston Drive. I was an alderman before. I care about Bluff City. I think it'd be advantage for me to be up there because I have been an alderman before and I know how it works. I think you should discuss these things and go over them, and I don't think we're doing it right now. I think we need to do that. Ray, you know how I am. You know me. Everybody up there knows me. I don't have to tell you any more about me. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else?
Brian Hunt, 191 Lakeview Drive, Bluff City. Like at the last meeting, as I spoke, I'm new to town. Just relocated my family here. And I think we need some fresh blood with some people with some new ideas, business sense. I work for Lowe's Corporate. I'm assigned to the Volunteer Parkway store. I am over the interior remodeling program. Single-handedly handle about $1 million business a year for Lowe's. I think Bluff City has a lot of opportunities here if we look in the right avenues and utilize our resources that's available to us that can assist us with projects that needs to go on here in town and get some new business, refurbish some stuff that's here, and just take advantage of what we got, clean it up, and make it look pretty. I'm proud to live here, and I want people to come visit me. Be proud when they drive through and see where I live at now. Thank you.
Okay. Are you saying that you want to be considered, right?
Well, yes.
Okay. I just want to be sure. Okay. Do we have any others? Okay. If not, we need a motion from a board member.
I'd like to nominate Eric Ward for, nominate him for the seat for Chatton Hill.
I'd like to nominate David Harmon.
Wait, listen. Sorry. Wait just a minute. He has a nomination.
Okay.
Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second Richard's motion.
Okay. We take a vote, please.
Alderwoman Madison,
No.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
No.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor,
Okay. I would like to break the tie for Eric. Thank you.
Eric.
Okay.
It's your seat.
No, we'll be doing it. We won't do it today. We won't be doing it today. You have to be sworn in. Then there's some other things that we have to do. So we'll get back in touch with you and let you know when we take care of it. Okay. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is discussion and action. First reading on ordinance number 2018-008, drought management plan. Mr. Fry.
this is a drought management plan for the city of Bluff City, and it's ready for first reading, and I will submit the entire plan for the record.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the drought management plan?
I got one question.
Okay.
Let me get my paper out here. On the third page, I believe it's the third page, where it has the backup sources, where it has the fire department will supply the tankers to haul water from various streams that's available. And it says on the last sentence down there, a portion of additional funds needed to support this activity would come from revenues generated by standby rates with the remaining funds from the fees from the services of farmers. Okay, what about these farmers out here that gets this free water? What do they do on that in a case like that?
Mr. Fry.
The standby rates would be the surcharge in here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to
Yeah,
make sure.
that wouldn't have any effect, whether you got rid of it.
Okay, all right, okay, I just want to make sure that, because I think anyone who gets the free water don't pay any water bill, so how would they reimburse maybe what the fire department uses? Of course, they don't care to do that. They'd be glad to do it, but
Yeah.
what they use for fuel and.
Yeah, well, we
and-
couldn't,
And we'd have to get the water out of the streams, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Have to get it out of Boone Lake, wouldn't you?
yeah, yeah,
The closest place.
yeah. Okay, that answers my question then.
Is there any other questions? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Take a vote, please, Sharon.
Alderwoman Madison,
No.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
I'd like to pass you out a copy of the report on the debt obligation. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer the questions. We don't need a motion on this, but
Just an outlay.
yeah, it just has to be presented to the board. Does anyone have any questions?
Did we need to read it?
No, it just has a. Sharon, do you want to explain that to the board members?
This is a report that,
You're going to have to speak up. We go through this every meeting. I'm sorry.
this is a report that every time you do a loan, the city does a loan, then they have to send this report, has to go to the comptroller's office, just to notify them. And they have to approve this.
Keep up with our financial records, what
Right.
we are.
Yes. It's just a form that has to be filed with all loans.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions? If not, do we have a report from Mr. Fry?
I don't have a report this evening.
Okay. Down to discussion and action on the financial report. Sharon Green, C. Recorder / Financial Officer.
Fund balances as of August 31st, 2018. General fund, $1,409,069. Sanitation fund, $20,187. Special police fund, $13,360. Debt service fund, $107,814. Sinking fund, $3,095. Water and sewer fund, $707,455. Total fund balance, $2,260,980.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
Take a vote, please.
Alderwoman Madison,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Bowles.
Yes.
We have comments from the board members. Alderwoman Sandra Madison,
I don't have anything to say.
Vice Mayor Ray Harrington,
Appreciate everybody coming out, and I'd like to thank Brian for coming tonight and stuff, but we still have an election coming up here in May, too, so we'll get you to run.
Okay.
I thank everybody for coming.
Alderman David Smith.
I'd like to thank everybody for being here tonight. Nice crowd. I enjoy seeing a big crowd. Thank you very much.
Alderman Richard Bowling.
I appreciate everybody coming out. I like to see a crowd like this every week, every month that we have. And speaking on behalf of Eric Ward, I'm sure that everybody in the citizens of Bluff City will be satisfied with what he does. He's, like I say, he's been on the zoning board for a while, and I know everybody will be satisfied with it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Down to report from the city officials and county commissioners. Chief of Police Greg Depew.
Evening, Mayor and Board.
Good evening.
For the month of September, we had a total of 193 calls. 110 citations were issued, 43 warning citations. We patrolled 5,060 miles, had 10 arrests, 10 offense reports, 7 alarms, 14 accidents, had 7 drug arrests, and had 1 DUI. And I think Heritage Days went well. Everybody did a good job there, and to all the people who were involved and the ladies that worked on it, they always do an excellent job, so thanks to them. And pretty much, we had a good month. So, any questions or anything?
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
I
it.
want to see
Thank
the
you.
big numbers on them drug arrests.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Double-edged sword there.
I know. Public Works Supervisor Alan Moultrie.
Good evening, Mayor Ford. How are you all doing? In the month of September, sewer department, the pump stations are operating normally, with there being one overflow in the month of September. We still are conducting our flushing in our known problem areas and along with other areas in need of flushing. As in the street department, the staff has been working hard trying to keep up with the mowing and brush pickup all around town. The city will begin picking leaves up in the next week or so once brush pickup gets caught up and some water leaks get repaired. We do got a few leaks out there that needs to be repaired, so I just ask that you all kind of bear with us as we work at the water plant and get some of these other things taken care of. But we will start picking up the leaves and that type stuff that comes along with the fall season. But other than that, that's what I kind of got at this current time. If you all got any other questions, I can field those questions right now.
Any questions?
Doing a great job. Tell the guys to
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I got a question, if you don't mind, right quick.
We'll be down with citizens' comments in just a minute.
About this, about the red light down there. When that red light's flashing at the end of the bridge at that pump station, what does that mean for an ordinary citizen like me?
That you possibly need to call the city so we can get somebody to respond.
Well, how do you find a number to call?
538-6030. There should be a sign posted at the pump station that actually has your number.
6030.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Water Department, John Oliver.
Mayor, Board. In the month of September, we repaired 2 water leaks and replaced the booster pump at the booster pump station at corner of Chinky Pen and Mount Holston. And we've also been able to verify that the raw water actuator at the plant does work correctly. And right now we're in the process of installing some check valves and new valves and a new flow meter at the plant. If y'all got any questions.
How old is that pump in that house? In that pump house?
Brand new now.
I mean, how old was the old?
It wasn't probably all that old, probably under 10 years old, because it was one of the newer style of Gold's pumps. So
It got swapped out probably like 2 years ago. We normally keep 2 on hand. Whenever one goes down, you have a replacement one.
Right.
So to keep the redundancy, so it's no more than about 2 years old the last time one was fixed.
When we fixed the igloo station down there, did we put bigger pumps in, or did we go smaller pumps? I've had several people to ask me.
They're bigger than what was currently there. I mean, what was there before.
You know, I just can't understand. For 40 or 50 years, we never had no problems. What's that down there?
Well, the thing about it, it's not the pump that's not working. We got too much rainwater getting into the system. Like on your everyday, day-to-day operations, we don't have any issues out of those pump stations. It's only in these wet events. We got so many holes in this system right now that's causing this garnish rain. It would have been one thing that we was having issues.
Have we got all of our smoke tests done that you done?
There's going to be a second round of smoke testing done as the fixtures around town gets done. But there is a second round of smoke testing that's going to take place.
That sounds good. Well, we even put bigger fans on there, if I remember.
They put bigger pellet down. That's to convey more water. But I mean, what it all boils down to, I mean, we can send more water that way, but then you got to think of what effect you're going to cause.
Still on down the road.
Yeah, because I mean, basically all we're doing is paying to treat rainwater.
Right.
Because they're already fussing about
Yeah,
it.
they already are.
Bristol is.
That's how come we have to take our truck to Beaver Creek rather than being able to dump at the manhole on the corner of Lakeview Drive.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because Bristol's got it on record where we're sending a lot more to them. A lot more to them.
Yeah.
Water plant operational?
Not just yet. We should have it up and running here before too much longer after we get through doing some improvements right now up our. We've run into some minor issues that it's just part of old age on a plant.
Sort of like me.
Yep.
It's neglected.
You told me it'd be about 30 days.
30 to 45 days, yep.
Okay, so we got 15 more days.
I'm still shooting for that next 15 days, unless something else pops up that I didn't expect. So,
Y'all have any questions?
No.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the Sullivan County Commissioners. Mr. Dwight King is here. Are they both coming at once? Okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Glover.
Good evening, Mayor, Alderman. We're here.
You're right.
I heard last time we was a no-show, but we just got sworn in, and really we wasn't officially in office when your all's meeting was, and I wasn't coming down here to, say that I was going to do this or whatever and not be legal. So anyway, we got sworn in that morning, and when all the paperwork and everything was turned in, then we were legal. So, but anyway, we got you just a little something here. First is our Sullivan County meetings. It's a calendar of October. Shows all the committee meetings and everything that goes on in Sullivan County. In November, there will be a change. Our regular meeting will be the third Thursday, starting at 6 o'clock. So we've moved it tonight to give everybody that works an opportunity to come to our commission meeting. So if anybody wants to come, and be more than welcome to have you. I was here at your all's special call meeting and about the grant, and after I left, we checked into some things, and this multi-model, and here is a whole grant application. Y'all can look at it, and it tells everything about the grant, what all it includes, what all you have to do, and what I understand, it was due last September the 28th, and these I know that Blumville has put in for one for sidewalks from the Old Dairy Inn up to the junior high school and the library, and they're and what this is under each MPO there will be a grant awarded, and I asked at your all's meeting if Timothy Hill and John Lundberg was involved in it, and if you get this grant, you've got to have a letter from each one of these, from Timothy Hill and John Lundberg.
It's in the application.
Right. If all that, I talked to John last night, and I asked him about all this stuff because I know that Bristol got one, and so if everything's in it, I hope y'all get it. I truly do. I hope you all get it. But this will just be a sidewalk from City Hall to the bridge. This don't have anything to do with the Over Mountain Victory Trail. I talked to Amber today, and she said this does not have anything. We've already got sidewalks, and when I was at that meeting, I asked about that. We've already built sidewalks from the little park above the bridge all the way across at the Senior Citizens Building, all the way out to the Miss Thomas's Hardware, It goes up, and then it crosses the street, goes up by the auto parts, and it ends at the back end of the auto parts. So it does not have anything to do with the Over Mountain Victory Trail.
Okay, I was contacted by, I can't think of the lady's name, but she said that we would have to help with that it would be our responsibility. Because this lady is the one that was doing the designing on the bike and the bikes and the walking trail.
And my question is, I mean, I helped get these resolutions and get these grants in. And I don't want to go up there and tear those sidewalks up and redo them. If we're getting another grant to redo sidewalks, I mean, I'm not for that.
And Amber knew all about this because this lady contacted me, and it's the one that's drawing up plans for the for the sidewalks, and she's doing the designing on that and stuff. And Amber was
on the grant that you're doing here.
Yeah,
I thought you were doing your.
On this. She did design for to have a walking bicycle, so they'll be able to widen the sidewalks so they can ride bicycles on them and also have a place to walk it. But Amber knew all about this. And,
sure,
you know, she had been talking to me about it.
She put her own in.
Part. So I mean, you know, it wasn't something I came up with on my own. Amber told me.
But what I'm saying, Amber did her own in Blumville. And when I talked to her, she said that it didn't have anything to do with the Over Mountain Victory Trail. Now, if you want to apply for another grant, you could probably get an extension that would come down Main Street and down to City Hall through them. But it would be an extension of the Over Mountain Victory Trail. It wouldn't be. It'd be strictly and like you said, for bikes and for walking.
See, that's what Amber had told me.
But I guess where I'm coming from, we got those grants and put those sidewalks in. I'm not for doing away with them.
No, she's not talking about doing anything away with anything. She's talking about the walking trail from down at the Over Mountain sign down there near the Swinging Bridge all the way up.
Well, we did the park. Where are we at now?
No,
are we on this side of the bridge or the other side?
It'll be on this side, but it would be on the right side going up.
It comes down the pavilion, don't it? And comes across and hits the ballpark and goes down.
Oh, you're talking about the one down at the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, that's part of it. But what Amber approached me about was having a walking trail from down there at the overhead and going all the way up, turn right on not Cedar, but straight. It's from, it's all the way up from the walking trail head, all the way up on the right side, all the way up to where Carter Street is. It would turn left on Carter.
There's part of the street down there on the other side where Senior Citizens is. There's no sidewalk on that side of the street.
Right.
Because it cut across.
Okay.
But she's wanting to continue that little piece in there, I think.
From the park, on the right-hand side, there's a sidewalk all the way up to where Galloway's old mill or where the toll yard. It crosses right there. That's where they painted the crossing. Mm-hmm. Right there at the Senior Citizens. It goes all the way up to Miss Thomas's Hardware. Right. There's a sidewalk all the way. Right. Turns left, goes to the ballpark, and it stops. But on the other side of the creek, the other side of the street, we went on up all the way to past the auto parts.
Right.
So I'm not getting where we're missing this.
Well, all I can do is go by what Amber told me, and like I said, there's a designer that did the.
Have you got a set of those plans?
Everything. I don't have them here with me, but she
I'd like to
contacted
see them.
Me, she contacted me.
I
can tell Amber to give you a copy because Amber is the one that had her contact me. So,
if I remember right, I read some in that contract this morning. If I read it right, I'm thinking that you're going to have about a 8-foot, 7-foot section of concrete for pedestrians to ride on and walk at the same time. Have we got that much land we can take off of other people, or are we going to be able to? I thought we got 4
we
foot.
have a right of way. It'll be really like,
4
from
foot.
what Dave Wilson said, it'd be like 5 feet
5 feet.
wide. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, getting back to the question, who did your all's proposal for your grant?
For the grant,
Yes.
First Tennessee Development District,
Okay. All right. Okay.
and then it was approved by Timothy Hill and Lumber,
Okay.
Senator Lumber.
All right.
We have the letters and everything.
Okay. One other question, and I'll sit down. I've had some citizens approach me up here about a walk, and at the end of the pavilion, through Buchanan's trail or camper spots,
Right.
up to the swinging bridge, across the swinging bridge, back down by Pratt's, underneath the railroad trestle, all the way down to the new bridge, and put a walking platform on the bridge.
I would like it if we could do something like that.
That's just something, and this would be a joint venture between Bluff City and Sullivan County. If I can get the highway department or myself and Commissioner Glover, if we could get the highway commission to maybe cut those trees and help build a base for us, maybe sidewalk or it may be gravel. I know.
More citizens.
Well, it give a place for people to walk and people to come and, it'd be right. So, if y'all would be interested in this, we'll pursue it. If y'all are not interested in it, we won't do it. But I'd like to.
Excuse me. Okay, now with Amber and the walking trail, I don't know how that's running. I can't remember, but I know it's supposed to go up to East High School.
Well, that's over Mountain Victory Trail.
Yeah,
and that's part of that would go from the swinging bridge along Silver Grove all the way to the old Fort Womack at Rutherford's and continue to go to East High School, Houston Valley, and all into Abington.
Right.
And then it would come from the auto parts towards Elizabeth.
Yeah.
In fact, they just celebrated that. They're doing the walk now, going to Calhoun, South Carolina. They're doing a reenactment of it right now.
Yes.
So, but anyway, that's something for y'all to think about, and if y'all would be interested in trying to do a joint venture, and we'll try to get some. And it takes, cooperation between a bunch of parties to get a lot of this stuff done. But if y'all be interested in doing that, that's just something that we could work on.
Yeah.
So, and it's good to be back.
Thank you.
I remember I was here most of the time during the 8 years I was a commissioner, except when I was on the budget committee, and y'all met the same night that we did. So, but hopefully we won't have that conflict, and we can get some things done up here. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
King.
you.
Get a little older. Mayor, thank you for having us. Vice Mayor Harrington, Alder Lady, Alder, thank you. As Commissioner King was saying, and I want to apologize myself for not being here at the last called meeting. Like he said, we got sworn in about 1 o'clock that day, Tuesday, and Mayor, we missed you there. We wished you'd have been there. It was a good day for all of us. We know you've been busy, but anyway, on the packet that we gave you, on the calendar, as Commissioner King said, we changed the meeting from the Monday to the Thursday. We're still going to have our commission work session on the second Thursday of each month, and then our called meeting on the third Thursday. And our first meeting that we had, we voted to put SRO officers in all the schools of the county. And that will take effect probably right after the first of the year, probably, hopefully, the next school year start. And there'll be a resource officer at Bluff City Middle and Bluff City Elementary. And we also voted, like he said, to move the meeting from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. that evening. That was the other thing that we got done. And we had a good meeting, and hopefully we'll all work together and continue the next 4 years. And we're going to be here at your meetings all that we can and attend. If you look in your packet there also, you'll see that we sent some letters to our state representative and our state senator Lundberg about what you guys are doing with this grant and applying for it. I talked to Mayor Venable today. He's a very big supporter of this grant also. And I talked to State Representative Timothy Hill this morning. He's already sent a letter in to the state on behalf of Bluff City. And what Commissioner King was talking to you about for the walking trail on the other side of the lake, when you come down Silver Grove Road, you'll see signage there a little bit past the swinging bridge that's marked for the Over Mountain Trail.
Yes.
And if we could work with the highway department and get them to come on down, clean out those trees, these paths, the way the grant reads, has to be 10 foot wide. So I think we've got enough room to come on down to the bridge, come across. That will bring tourists to Bluff City to spend money, and that's what we want.
Yes.
And also, the grant itself, when we were reading this, if you'll look at it, I've got it marked there on item number 3. The project applications must be accompanied by a letter. We've done all that. And if you look on down where it says 100% of all project invoices up front prior to seeking reimbursement of 95% from the state. So they do this grant in different ways. We've tried to contact some people from the state to give us an explanation of that. The grant being $600 and some $1,000, we don't want the city to have to pay all that up front. We would, like I said, we try to get an explanation from them. Hopefully we can do this. Sometimes the way TDOT does these grants, that you can do it by month. So if you are awarded the grant, hopefully we can get that worked out to where you guys would turn a invoice in for that month. You pay for it, turn the invoice in, and then get reimbursed less than 5% back from the state. So that's some of the stuff that we're going to be looking at also, and get back with you if we can on that. But we're 100% behind you guys on this grant. We've done talk to all of our representatives about this. And if you decide that you want to apply and do the work on the other side of the bridge and tie all that in, I think that would be a great asset for the city of Bluff City.
So too.
I mean, that's what Bluff City needs right now is revenue. You need tourists, and that would be a good start in the right direction. And like I said, we're committed 100% to help you guys in any way. Our contact numbers are on there. Our emails are on there. Please call us and let us know what we can do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. If both of us can't be here for every meeting, one of us will be.
That's wonderful.
And thank you again.
Thank you.
Very much.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I don't want to take over y'all's time. He was talking about the drought management plan.
Yeah.
Back in 2004, when we had the drought, I did a resolution and got money from the county. We worked through the fire departments, and they would haul water to these farmers where their ponds, and they'd run out of water, and their ponds went dry and stuff. They would charge $50 for a 2,500 gallon tanker of water, and they'd take it out, dump it into their ponds. I know that Bristol Bluff City, we pumped water out of here, I think right here at the bridge, I think is where they pumped a lot of that water from. But anyway, they can't get it out of a lake or a creek or something like that because they'll pull gravel and stuff and run those pumps in those trucks. So they have to, it's got to be clean water, and it's got to come out of, something like Bluff City's water or Bristol Bluff City or Bristol. And Johnson City also, they give a discount, to the farmers to do that. And it was paid back through the fire departments from Sullivan County. We got a grant, or we got a resolution, we got some money to do that. So if that ever happens again, that might be something, you were talking about the farmers and stuff out here that we may have to do that again, get some kind of a resolution where we could get some money and work through our fire departments. And they were glad to do it. And, it was a good situation because a lot of these guys come to the point they're either going to have to sell their cows or, do something different. And in the past, I worked with our soil conservation in Sullivan County, and we put a ton of these automatic waters and stuff in on farms. I cost share through NRCS, and we've done a lot of those. So hopefully, a lot of people's got water for their cattle and stuff. But that's something. We just can't go out here and throw a hose in a creek or a river.
That's what I was wondering.
Because when you start pulling all that gravel and stuff and silt and all that into these motors and pumps, they'll run them. So, but anyway, it had to be clean water. But anyway, I'm done.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
Mayor, on that grant, excuse me, I forgot to ask, on the grant, have you got a copy of it already that we can have? In case Mr. Lundberg or in case Timothy or anybody has any questions? Have you got anything on so far?
I think that a copy of that drawing is in there.
Is that right? What we've got is completely blank. We don't have any of the drawings or any pictures or anything that you've done.
Yeah, there's 2 pictures. Okay, I'll get you a copy. Can I just email it to you?
That'd be fine. We can send it.
Okay. What's your email?
It's in the packet that we get.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Is it already been completed and sent in?
Oh, yeah, it was sent in 2 or 3 days before the deadline.
Project manager for
Huh?
Who have you got down as a project manager for the grant?
Dave Wilson will be working on it too, and then, of course, with the help of the First Tennessee Development District.
Okay. So they're the ones that done the grant writing?
Yes.
Okay.
They did.
Okay, thanks.
They help a lot of people, a lot of cities, especially small cities.
Mayor, does this still include going down to the Swinger Bridge? Nobody's ever answered that question. That little 100 yards from that little park to the Swinger Bridge. You said the sidewalk would connect the Swinger Bridge with the trail going across.
Well, it's right there at the trailhead. There's.
Yeah, but are you going to put a sidewalk down to the Swinger Bridge? Is the question.
No, it doesn't go to the Swinger Bridge. It goes from the trailhead. But now, Mr. King and Mr. Glover are talking about this, and I'm sure that he will let the board members will let them know if the board is interested in working with Sullivan County and Mr. Glover and Mr. King. So. Okay, we're down to old business. Does anyone have any old business? If not, we're down to new business. And Mr. Smith, excuse me, I would like to bring it up that we have brought this up before about having board members going down while the employees are trying to work and causing them a bunch of trouble. So, Mr. Smith, I understand that you went down and You was all up in Alan's face and everything. And when they are when they're doing their job, they don't need anyone down there bothering them while they're doing the work.
Well, it was about 7 or 8 o'clock. I got a call, said there was sewer coming out down there. And I went down there and told Alan, I said, the lights was on, flashing. And we did get into a little argument, but he was all up in my face, too.
Well, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. Not while they're working.
I mean, if they're...
Not while they're working.
It's one thing to go down there and watch, but it's one thing to get in their face and...
I wasn't getting in their face.
They should be down there as far as we should be going to them things and watching.
But you're supposed to run the city.
Right.
That's your job.
But we're not supposed to dictate what they do.
Please.
They do their job.
That works for you, Ray. Everybody up there works for the board.
Okay. We're not down to citizens' comments again. When we are, I'll call on you, or you can walk up to the podium. Okay. But we don't need this going on when they're trying to do their work. And this has been brought up before. This is not the first time. Okay, now we're down to the second session of citizens' comments. Oh, does anybody else have any new business? Oh, we did get the light fixed, finally, and actually found someone to fix it for us without us having to replace these lights. Because I had one company that wanted us to replace these lights because they couldn't find one that would match and there was no way to fix it. But I had a couple of other people come in and take a look at it. And Graham came in and he fixed it the same day he came in. So I want to let you know that.
You can make a motion for the geological survey to go ahead with that? Or?
Well, we could.
I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and conduct that geological survey that David from Madden and Craig was mentioning on the hill where we use our backhoe and stuff. Get that started up at the water treatment plant over the sinkholes.
Mr. Fry, is it okay for us to go ahead and?
Sharon's telling me so.
We can do it now because we've got to have the pricing on.
Can we do it on contingency of price?
Well, we'd have to have the price, what they're talking about to be able to vote on.
He actually said 2,500.
And he said it'd be less if we used our own backhoe.
Well, you could do it 2,500
or less. Well, I'll make a motion to go ahead with the geological survey at a maximum of $2,500. Is that correct, Paul?
And do we have a second?
I'll second.
Take a vote, please.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Right.
At a maximum of $2,500.
Alderwoman Madison,
No.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
No.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
Okay, since we have a tie, I vote to go ahead with it. No. Okay, do we have any other citizen comments?
Thank you, Norman. 200 Ocean Drive. I appreciate you giving that book you brought to me at the time. You know that really well. The Sunshine Law and how they're supposed to act up here and the alderman's supposed to run this city. You guys are supposed to run the city. The mayor works for you. I mean, no, she don't work for you. The mayor don't. But the city manager works for you. Oh. These guys work for you. Oh. So if you want to go look at something, a leak or something, I think it's you're being interested in the city. That's my problem. I didn't think any of y'all were looking at anything.
One thing looking, but confrontational.
Well, if Alan shouldn't have confronted him then. If Alan confronted him.
I did not confront him. That's the thing about
it.
I did not confront
This is the second time. Alan, I'm talking now, please. I didn't interrupt you a while ago. Our workers shouldn't be confrontational, period. If David Smith says something, right? If David says something to them, then they answer his question, and David, you shouldn't be mean to him.
Oh,
I wouldn't think you was. But anyway, y'all run this city. You're supposed to anyway. Thank you.
But just to kind of put you in on what all occurred. occurred. That's not how it went down, how you just described it. Just to kind of be quite frank with you.
Well, thank you.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, I mean, it was two people there, so, I mean, but in my opinion, Mr. Fry, am I not supposed to be over the day-to-day operation and the men, as far as them doing their work and other people not interfering? Is that not true?
Over the day-to-day operations of the city, being city manager.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any other comments from anyone else?
Kimberly Arwood, 312 Hard Drive, Bluff City, Tennessee. David Smith, my question is, was it a residence home that had sewer coming up when you went down there?
No, yes, it was. I got a call from the residents for me to come down there, and I witnessed because the citizens down there don't think that all these sewer spills are being turned in. And they really want me to come down there just for an eyeball. But the city does know that I have been calling the Nashville hotline every time the sewer spills down there. I'm screaming, sewer, sewer coming out of Bluff City. And I don't think they like for me to come down there and holler, sewer, sewer. But every time I go down there, we make sure we got pictures. I call Johnson City, see that. I don't care who knows it. I do report this.
Okay. It's all reported to Sandra Vance at TDOT. Okay. Every time there's one, is not only there's pictures made and everything, because that's what we have to do.
I think it's going to be took care of because the last information that I got, they're going to put some cameras down there, motion cameras. If it's during the night, I don't have to get out of the bed to run down there. The state's going, I heard, is going to come in on it and get pictures.
Yeah, well, my comment is that I appreciate you standing up for the residents of the city. If we had more aldermen like you, it would really make a better place. We wouldn't have the position I was in when I had my mess at my house. And I just want to thank you for standing with the residents of the city.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that has a comment?
Carolyn Payne, 4818 Bluff City Highway. I'm not absolutely 100% sure, but I definitely have been promised that there are photos of another overflow that happened at 4434 September 23rd that was not reported to TDAC. Thank you.
Carol Keith, 305 Lakeview Circle, Bluff City. I just got a few questions. I've lived in Bluff City all my life. I was born here, raised here, unlike a lot of you all, including the mayor. She's not originally from Bluff City. I am. And I love my little town, okay? And the thing about it is, congratulations. And when the people had got up to speak, I never heard anybody, and correct me if I'm wrong, say anything about making Bluff City more affordable or anything about concern for the citizens or anything about making the workforce more easy and tolerable. I never heard anything like that. Another thing, and I know I've got to go pretty fast, I'd like to thank our 2 new commissioners, and definitely as a citizen of Bluff City, please, we need your help. Anything you can do to help us, we need your help, okay? And also, I like to say, with sewage coming up in people's yard and the roads, my son lives in the Carolinas. He came in one weekend and he got out of the car and he said, Mom, look like the road's caving in. How in the world can we, I can't comprehend that, talk about sidewalks when we got sewage coming in people's yard, when we got roads caving in, when we got officers that probably need new cars, and then we want sidewalks? Another thing, Mr. Bolin, I just think the world of you. I respect you, and I do believe that you're trying to do what's right. My uncle, he was in the service too. you know, people ride up by there and say, Carol, where's that war memorial at? That sign's been there for the last 5-10 years. I'd like to ask you, before we can jump and do this and do that, why can't we do one project at a time? Does that make sense? I mean, that war memorial was 4 or 5 years ago. Can you give me an update on that? When is it going to be ready?
We've been waiting on this man from Johnson City that helped him design theirs.
Uh-huh.
They're supposed to come up here and help us design this one.
Lord, you've been waiting a long time, haven't you, brother?
On him to do that, so we have been waiting quite a while.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we waited a long time waiting on a plane and everything else, so
Yeah.
that took a lot of time.
Right, well, 4 years.
And
You know,
then I
but
would
thank
like
you.
to
We've been
say,
waiting on him since the first of the summer.
yeah, I would like to say to everybody that's in here, if you don't know this, the TDOT and all these other agencies, I can't dictate to them what you can go after a grant for. Whenever they have grants, they dictate to us what you can go after.
Right.
I can't say if they have a sidewalk grant, I can't say, hey, you change that to a street or whatever.
Right.
Things don't happen like that.
I
You
understand,
just be
but we're going to have to pay for this, right? We got to pay 5% or whatever. How can we afford to pay for it? I mean, you know, make Bluff City more affordable. And if there's any way you can stop that grant, stop it, because we can't afford it. We need our sewage fixed. Cops probably need cars.
It can't be used on
Well, then don't get it.
general fund money. General fund money can't be used on sewer and water.
Hello, board members, mayor. I'm Billy Wells, 198 Holston Drive, 538-5877. I come to about all the meetings. I was involved in it. I got up here to I'm listening to all this chat. People that are supposed to love Bluff City. All right, when I was mayor, I'm glad you changed the charter, because when I was mayor, it was in the charter that we could declare if we had an emergency, had a water leak. I even threatened it when we talked about building our sewer plant. The mayor could declare any citizen, all citizens, to come out and work so many hours to solve any emergency. So it's a good thing we don't have that now, because all these people that's griping, if I was mayor, I'd have them out there help me dig those sewer lines. It was law. It was law when I was mayor. Okay, it was in our charter. Thanks to the new boards and stuff that took all that out, these people that sit around griping don't have to get out there and work. But I came up here mainly to say thank you. I want to thank you. I go to sleep at night. Sometimes my sewer might stop up a little bit. All I got to do is call. Next morning it's fixed. I don't have to get out there and get muddy. If my water goes off, I can call you. You fix it. You know, I can sleep at night. I got great police. I don't even have to worry about somebody coming in on me and all that stuff. I mean, I just feel safe. Feel like I got my own personal police, because we got a small community with about 8 or 10 police. Back when I was there, we only had one when we started out. So that's a big improvement. Our sewer and water men, I mean, I don't have to worry about my water in the morning. Get up and go to work, drink my coffee. If it goes off, all I got to do is call and it's on. So I came here to thank the boards and the police department, all the workers, and the fire department. Many people grew up because we put new fire hydrants in. They don't even realize the more fire hydrants you got, the more you got around town, the cheaper your insurance is. Man, that's how they judge the insurance cost on your house. Fire hydrants. People don't even know that. They gripe, don't want it, but it helps everything. So again, I'm here just to thank you. I sat here and listened. I was involved in it too. I know what you're going through, and you're not getting paid no money, you know. But somebody's got to do it. This is how they got me involved. When I got involved, it was only 50 cents. And what the older men told me, said the reason it's 50 cents, they didn't tell me until I got elected. Said, I forgot to take it just 50 cents a year a month. But the reason that being, he said, in the old days, it's like a beauty contest. They go around and select the most intelligent, the most knowledgeable, the honest. It's like a beauty contest. As alderman and mayor, okay, it's an honor. And it was free. But the state comes in, they always mess up everything. The state. And mayor don't start So they came up with 50 cents. That's why I have the money.
Time's up.
But anyway, again, thanks a lot. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have a comment? Is there anyone else? Virginia. Oh, you're not coming. Is there anyone else have a comment they'd like to make? If you do, come to the podium. If not, do have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Take a vote, please.
Alderwoman Madison?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington?
Yes.
Alderman Smith? Alderman Smith?
Yeah.
Alderman Bowen?
Yes.